starting in quarantine without an end in... No, that's the old one.
That's the old one.
How do I always mess this up? Literally, like, I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. Okay. Hi, this is Sonika, and that's Chelsea, and this is Our Bridge Podcast, a podcast where we dismantle the system one episode, like the revolutionaries we are, one episode at a time. Last week was my solo episode, and I just kind of rambled and answered some questions about myself. It was very lo-fi because I just moved into my dorm and I had no recording equipment. I still don't, but also I was like... So, I hope you enjoyed that. Surprisingly, it's doing well. I don't know why, I guess. But this week, we thought we'd do a little Valentine's Day special because Valentine's Day is right around the corner. So, sit back, relax, and I don't know, we're going to talk about some Valentine's Day related things.
Yes, whatever that might entail. I'm not really sure. So, okay. We have a list of questions that we made, so...
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's spicy.
The first question that we have is... It's lagging.
Oh, do you want me to ask? It's okay, I got it up.
Yeah, you can
Okay,
ask.
the first question, we're starting off easy. We're kind of warming up into things, you know? What does Valentine's Day mean to you?
I mean, to be honest, like, I don't really think about it too much in terms of, like, the intended meaning of the holiday. Like, my family just eats out, or we make it an excuse to eat. So, yeah, we usually try to go out and eat. So that's, like, what I remember it as. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing else to it for me.
Yeah, I know, like, Galentine's Day is unofficially a thing now, but, like, I still celebrate, like, Galentine's Day, quote-unquote, on actual Valentine's Day. For me, it's more just, like, appreciating the people I love, whether that's, like, romantic, platonic, familial, you know? So, it's just a wholesome day where I can, like, appreciate the people close to my heart and who I love in whatever way I may love them, you know? So.
Yeah. That's a very wholesome way of thinking about it. Wait, actually, okay, I know I told you this story earlier, but, okay, like, I think I'm being haunted by the ghost of Plato, so you bring up the word platonic. Yes. So, like, I remember, like, we were talking after a podcast episode. We usually chat with each other after podcast episodes, and, like, we decided to take a which philosopher are you quiz. And I thought, okay, it would be so funny, like, if I get Plato, I'm gonna hate myself. You probably know what happens, right? So, I got Plato, and I was like, okay, whatever, that's whatever. And I had a conversation with my friend, and he brought up the word platonic, and I was like, I don't know what that word means. And I found out that platonic is based on one of Plato's philosophies about love, which I guess is kind of telling to today's episode topic. And I was like, wow, this is interesting. And then, yet again, I took an online personality test for something, and on the website it showed, like, pictures of people who have, like, your MBTI type, and I share an MBTI type with Plato, so I don't really know what's going on here.
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, sorry. We can go on to the next question.
No, it's fantastic. No, the stars just aligned against you for this one thing. Like, this one minor inconvenience will haunt you for the rest of your life.
I roasted the Republic one time. Like, chill out. I'm just kidding.
And Plato's from his grave is like, how about I haunt her forever and ever and ever?
Yeah, you know what?
But not in a mean way, just in the most subtle, annoying way possible. Oh, so
Dang.
funny. All right.
Honestly.
So, next question. What's your favorite part about Valentine's Day?
It's for the same reason that I recognize the holiday, to eat something. Because I don't think, like, my friends and I get together to do Galentine's Day that often, so...
Mm-hmm. Food. That's a good, solid part of Valentine's Day to appreciate. For me, as I said, I think it's more giving gifts. So here's the thing. I don't like receiving, like, I don't mind receiving gifts, don't get me wrong. Like, I like getting gifts, but I get more joy giving them to others. So I think my favorite part of Valentine's Day, like Christmas, is just spending time on gifts and then giving it to people and being like, hey, I made a little something for you, you know? And just seeing their reactions. You know, if there's anyone out there, if your love language is like receiving gifts, I'm the person for you, because I put so much time and thought into that, which is funny considering that's not even my love language. But I'm just good at it, and I like doing it. So my favorite part of Valentine's Day is giving people gifts, and if they give me it back, I'm like, oh, this is nice. But it's not like, it's just not as gratifying. It's just giving all my hearts out, giving all my love out, you know?
Yeah. And it's like fun to like kind of probe around and figure out like your friend's aesthetics based on like what kind of gift you're gonna give them.
Right, exactly.
So
I
fun.
love doing that. Yeah.
That's so fun. And I know there's like, I don't know if this is like a common sentiment or anything, but it's sort of that you wouldn't buy something for a friend or whatever that you wouldn't also kind of like, I guess. So that's kind of interesting too, to see like your judgment, what you think your friend likes and stuff.
Exactly, yeah. Wait, question. You mentioned like eating food, right, for Valentine's Day, or like going out for dinner. Is there like a specific restaurant that y'all have a tradition of going to, or is it just like we'll see on the day of?
Actually, like during the school year, like whenever there was like a weekend, because it's very rare that like everyone in the house has a weekend off, because my brothers did swimming, and then one of them did debate. I also did debate. So it's like maybe once a month we would go to like, we would search just random gentrified like Houston cafes and just have brunch. So I guess we would have done something like that before.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's fun. I like exploring new places to eat. Do you have any recommendations?
There's a place in Houston called Le Peep in Rice Village. The food is like quite affordable, like for Rice Village. So
Rice Village standards. Right. Cool. I will write it down.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I'll probably send you more if I think about them, but
yes, thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So the next question is, I might need some specification on this question, but like it says, what's your ideal type? Is it just like common characteristics you look for in someone you would be interested in?
Anything. Yeah, like do you have an ideal type? Are there any personality traits?
Oh wait, this is like
physical characteristics? I don't know, man. That like you look for in a person?
It's not intentional, but like all the people I've ever, I guess, liked in a, not serious, but for a distinct period of time, have always been good at a specific like swimming stroke, which is so funny to me.
So like specific.
It's like I don't even look for that; it just happens. So
it's funny.
I don't know. I don't think I actively look for something in people though. It's just like it kind of happens.
Yeah, no, same here. I don't have an ideal type. Like there's a lot of really bare minimum things that I look for. Like you should be respectful. You should, have hobbies and like a goal and like be passionate about something, so we can talk. Or like I don't really have an ideal type. I just have a lot of really like bare minimum requirements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just I think we also talked about this at one point, but the thing is like for me, I'm just concerned. I feel like I don't know if I'm being picky, but I feel like I have so many requirements because like I don't know how relationships work, right? So I would have to meet someone that like would be patient enough with me to like go through like certain things, because like I don't want to move like at a pace that's like too fast or
yeah, exactly. Sometimes I wonder if I have like too high standards and that I should bring them down, because like truth be told, I haven't crushed on someone in like 3 years now, which is kind of, I don't know, it worries me. I'm like, is there like really nobody out? Nobody? But come to think of it, like, you know what, if I'm happier by myself, like I would rather have high standards and then like find someone that actually like meets them, rather than just like settle for, like, if I'm happier by myself and I know that I won't feel fulfilled in a relationship unless I have all of these things checked off, then might as well like be by myself, right? Like I'm not going to settle for anything less just to say, oh, I'm in a relationship. It was like, oh, I'm not loving anymore. Like, who cares, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't think I have an ideal type, but like, yeah, high standards probably.
Yeah, I think that's okay too. Like,
exactly, there's nothing wrong with it.
I've come to the acceptance, that like, I think this is just a result of reading so many books about like how fortune is like random and or things that aren't happening. It's not my fault. It's just because that's how it is.
Yeah, it just is.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Got a little deep there.
Yeah.
This next question.
This is supposed to be a cute, shallow episode. What are we doing?
Every time we do this.
I know. We don't know what shallow is. Okay. Next question. What's your love language?
Do you know what like the different ones are? I might remember.
Yeah, okay, so there's words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, physical touch, and then like receiving gifts.
I think mine was spending time.
Cool. Mine, so I took the quiz yesterday because I wasn't sure at all. Like, I took the quiz one time and it said that my love language is also quality time, but then like applying it to even like my friendships, I was like, no, that's absolutely, because you can apply the concept of love language outside romantic contexts as well. It's just like how you think you connect with other human beings best, right? Whatever setting that may be in. And so I was thinking about it, I was like, no, quality time, I don't think it is, because even with friends, like, I've mentioned this in past episodes, I've gone like years without contacting some of my friends, and I still think that we're as close as ever. So that, I really don't think that it matters to me that much. And so then I was like, okay, what could it be? Because quiz clearly didn't get it right. But here's how I kind of narrowed it down. So quality time, definitely not. Acts of service, I don't know, I don't like it. I'm good.
Wait, like what does it mean by acts of service? Like doing nice things for people? Or
yeah, so like if I were like, I don't know, just to give an example, if I had like some errands to run and I was not feeling it and someone else like did them for me and was like, here you go, I did this for you, I'd be like, I don't know, it's not, it's a good thing, but it puts me off a little bit. It's like, that was my task to do, why'd you do that for me? You know, I just find it a little overbearing, but I see how like other people could appreciate it. So that was definitely out. So it was between physical touch, gift giving, and then words of affirmation. And I think I narrowed it down to like words of affirmation because I'm still kind of like icky when it comes to gifts and like physical touch. Like, again, even like regardless of what setting it's in terms of like romantic, platonic, whatever, gift giving, again, I like giving it more than I like receiving it. Just because, I don't know, for gifts, I'm very picky. If you're gonna give me a gift, I don't want something like small, like it should have some thought in it. And then physical touch, I realized even like friends and stuff, if you like put your arm around me or like hold my hand or anything, and I'm not like super comfortable with you, I get like the ick. I'm like, ooh, stop, what are you doing? You know? So I don't like that either. So I definitely words of affirmation. And I think the reason I kind of narrowed it down to that, this is unnecessarily long, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
I finally narrowed it down to that was because I was like, no, you know, all of these things, like to an extent, kind of make me withdraw a little bit if I'm not comfortable with it. There was one time someone I was maybe sort of crushing on. If my mom's watching this, she's like, ugh. But someone I was crushing on, they were like, hey, like, he just complimented my shirt. He's like, hey, Sonic, I like your shirt. I have not forgotten that compliment. I have not forgotten it. It's been like 4 years. Oh, Lord. So, words of affirmation, absolutely. I will lose it over, like, the smallest, ittiest, bittiest baby compliments.
Facts.
Yeah, okay. So there was my long-winded, unnecessary explanation.
No, you're good. I guess, like, quality time for me is more, like, just the time spent, I guess. Not so much, like, a quantity like you were mentioning. It's more so, like, a lot of the times that my friends and I get together, there's always like something good that comes out of it. So yeah, I mean, I
could see that. Yeah, it's just like
with everything.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I don't even know what's going on. Wait, what was I gonna say?
No. Okay, wait. I was just gonna say, so it's more like just giving them your undivided attention, or like having your undivided attention in the time that you're together with said person, that counts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think with like gift giving and the other one, acts of service, like those are more rare, so I don't really like think about those so much.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm like you in the sense that I internalize comments like so frequently.
Right.
And I take them like out of context. 'Cause I remember I was having like this really important conversation with a friend, and I immediately started thinking of like ways the conversation would go, like just different outcomes from that one thing. Like, do they mean this based on this past thing, or do they mean this based on this past thing? And I'm like hyper analyzing the comment, like what does it mean? But I think that's just a really bad habit of mine, to the point where like I don't dislike compliments, but I think in high school and stuff, I feel like in middle school people didn't do it as much. I don't know if it's just me, but in high school I feel like there was a lot of like complimenting, and I did more complimenting than I did before, and I received more compliments than I had before. I don't know if it has to do with anything, but I just get so nervous when I take compliments. I know you just have to say thank you.
Goodness. No, yeah. Wait, now
And it's
we're
like
talking about this.
I don't hate receiving compliments. I'm just being perceived by someone else, and it's
No,
like,
dude, I get it. And that's what I mean. Like, if someone even says, "Hey, you look cute," I will think about that for literal years. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't dislike
think,
it. It's just
yeah, it's hard to digest. No, I get that. Like, I was thinking more like shallow compliments, or like kind of superficial compliments, because like that stuff still means a lot to me, right? But like what you're saying, like whenever someone genuinely like compliments you, I don't know how to take that. Like, especially for things I care about. Like, this same crush also complimented my singing, and I was just like,
bro.
I just stopped working for about 2 days.
No,
I was like, thank you, but then also in my mind I was like, what's going on? Yeah, no, I totally get it. I cannot digest compliments at all.
Dang, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I was talking with someone that, we were like, he was like, yeah, what are you majoring in? And I said, yeah, this. And he was like, wow, that's so badass. And I was like, oh, what? You think so? Like, I don't know. I praise myself for having such high, like, self-worth. Like, yeah, I know my worth and whatever.
And then someone, like, reiterates it to me, and I'm just like, oh, really? Yeah, no, it makes me super nervous. Look at that. I'm, like, scratching my neck. I'm, like, sweating already. Just talking about it.
Okay, should we move on to the next question?
Okay, next. Yeah.
Okay. So this question is, actually, this one's kind of interesting. How do you know someone's interested in you?
I don't. Like, you have to be super duper straightforward with me, otherwise I just won't, like, catch any... I do not catch any subtleties in these kinds of situations at all.
Like, I think... Yeah. Actually, philosophy has, like, totally altered my way of thinking, because now I've also come to the conclusion that, like, I literally don't know how anyone else feels, right?
Right? Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know if this is, again, one of my picky, like, things, right? But I won't believe how someone feels about me unless they're the ones that tell me.
Right.
Or even then, like, not that I would think it's disingenuous, it's just, like, I don't know what's going on inside anyone's head, right? So, yeah, I wouldn't know. It's never happened to me. Or I've never caught wind of it. I think I can sometimes tell when, like, other people like each other, maybe?
Oh, I could definitely tell when others like each other. It's just that common sense and logic leaves me for myself.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And I guess on that note, like, conversely, the next question is, how do you convey that you're interested in someone?
I also don't do that on purpose. No, I don't do it on purpose, but I've noticed I get very, very, like, if you think I'm giggly and, like, you know, bubbly right now, oh my god, wait till you see me, like, talking to someone I'm interested in. Like, I'm a whole mess. I start, like, smiling too much and, like, giggling and, like, it's just, like...
Dang.
And I'll leave the interaction like, wow, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Oh,
actually,
god. It's embarrassing,
for me,
honestly.
I do that too, though. Like, I go into, like, if I know I'm going to be interacting with this person, I give myself a pep talk.
Right. It's like,
You
okay,
know?
you got this.
Like, you're a bad bitch. Like, you can do this. It just
Don't get
goes away.
intimidated.
And it's like, no. Yeah. Yeah, there's, like, no amount of preparation for that sort of thing. Like, you can't prepare for that, and it sucks.
You can't. It doesn't. Like, you give yourself a pep talk, and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna get intimidated, and then you're, like, in the situation, you're like, okay, deep breaths, and then it all goes out the window anyways.
Yeah, what the heck?
It's so embarrassing. No, literally, I don't understand. Like, all my friends that are in relationships, I always ask them, like, how do you get past that? Like, I just embarrass myself every single time. Yeah, okay, well, if I like you, you'll know. Like, it's painfully obvious. There we go.
Also, I feel like, okay, so... No, wait, never mind. But yeah, like, I don't get how... Okay, because if I'm acting that way towards someone I like, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say it goes, like, further or whatever, right? Like, I don't know if the person that I'll be in a relationship is the same person that I feel like I am, because of, like, just that weird disconnect between, like, my feelings and being nervous, which is natural, but
Yeah.
Is there a point where you, like, get over that? That's, like, so
I think
crazy.
eventually you get over it, but, like... Dude, no, yeah, I've never gone past being nervous, so...
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, well... Okay, let's move on. This next one is asking about our favorite Valentine's Day memory. I don't think I remember anything specific, though.
Mine is so long ago. Oh my goodness. My favorite Valentine's Day memory is in elementary school. When we put out those little shoe boxes and cut the holes, and just like elementary school Valentine's Day parties. And then you get like candies from your friends, and you'd like watch a movie, and you'd eat like those sugar cookies and have pizza. Oh. And I was like not stressing about a thing.
Wow, that was a time.
That was such a good time. That's my favorite Valentine's Day memory. I loved making those shoe boxes. I love like receiving all the Valentines. Oh my goodness. I'm like that little heart emoji with like the little hearts just like popping out of it. Oh, wholesome. Not a care in the world.
Dang.
Wait, low-key though, did your school ever start like drama off of those? Like did anyone start beefing with each other over Valentine's Day cards? Because I know that's definitely a thing.
What do you mean like beefing? Like, oh, you didn't get it from this person or something?
Yeah. Like she didn't give me a Valentine's Day card, but she gave you an extra special one.
Oh, I mean, I think I made, because I had friends in like a separate class from my class. So I know that I went out of my way to make some for them, because I think they were my closest friends outside of class, and I would still make like regular ones for everyone else, but
you'd make extra special ones.
But I wasn't like one of the popular kids or whatever, so I guess nothing really came out. I don't really know about anyone else. I can't like remember anything specific.
I can't remember like after I moved, but I remember in kindergarten for Valentine's Day, or no, it was for my birthday, never mind, but this is like loosely related. I kind of started beef over it because there were two girls in my class, and like I was close to both of them, but one of them was like a closer friend, and I gave her the better like candy for my birthday, and the other friend got so salty about it. She's like, I thought I was your best friend, and I was like,
My bad.
Tough luck, I'm sorry.
Dang.
Yeah.
Do you like still have friends from that time? I think I only have like one or two.
Yeah, like, like from before I moved?
I mean, just from like elementary because most of my closest friends are from the earliest is like middle school. Probably.
I have a couple.
Yeah, me too.
Before I moved, I have a couple from like there. And then after I moved, I think I dropped mostly everybody, but maybe like one or two. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Everyone grew up to be interesting people.
That's true. Like, even I did, I guess, to some degree.
Yeah, maybe I did too. I just like,
don't
my superiority complex is getting in the way.
Oh, okay.
Okay, wait, and did you tell your favorite memory?
I don't have like a specific one, like,
okay.
Because I don't do anything distinct on that day. It's usually just the same. Yeah. Wait, no, because last year it's the only time I remember it because I failed my first driver's test, and then I went to a debate tournament. I don't know. It was like the last tournament of the season, and it was like right before. It's just that weird period where it was just ignorance. Like no one knew anything about what was going to happen. Like my biggest concern was my driver's test and doing well at the tournament, and then it's like within a few weeks, it's just so crazy. I don't know. Anyway.
Next question. It's not really a question, but it's more like a statement that we can go off of. But tips on gift giving, because low-key this holiday was hyped up by corporations just to sell more.
Capitalism.
Woo!
Tips on gift giving? Honestly, I kind of, like what I was saying before, I pick stuff that I find like useful or at least like generally, like I think that's what I try to focus on, like the usefulness of the item.
Dude, you sound just like my dad.
Oh.
He's also an INFJ.
Oh, interesting. As if I get like things like room lights or like stationery stuff, it's like I generally try to make it like the nicest possible, not just like generic. I guess that's kind of my route. I don't know. And I always make a card, so.
Yeah, cards are super personal. I love receiving cards and like giving cards. Oh, great stuff. I think the receiving cards also comes from the words of affirmation.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy. But yeah, kind of the same thing. I don't focus as much on like usefulness, though it is like something I consider. I think I just take more into account like the friend's interests. Like I know there's a few things you like cannot go wrong with, like candles, you know, stationery. I think more or less everyone likes those. And so usually when I give a gift, it's like a thing, but it has like a bunch of little things in it rather than like one big thing. And so if I give like a candle, I'll see like what scent I think suits their personality most, and then I'll try to like theme everything so that it's like their favorite color and like kind of based on that. So there'll be like one main gift and then there'll be like a couple of smaller little trinkets and stuff that I just think, you know, match their like aesthetic, if you will. So that's kind of how I do it.
Yeah.
It usually goes well.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. But usually I give like books and stuff. You can't go wrong with books, you know?
Yeah, I mean...
Especially like... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Sorry.
I don't know. I was just saying, like, especially if you know their interests. Like, I know for Christmas, I got one of my friends, like, a manga that she's been bootlegging online for a super long time. And I was like, here's the physical copy.
Oh,
Merry Christmas.
I bootleg manga all the time.
What?
I bootleg manga all the time because it's just...
See, there we go. Now I know what to get you, too.
Yeah, because usually, like, the in-store volumes are, like, pretty expensive, which I understand.
Pricey. Yeah.
Because they're all made for, like, specific purposes, but... Or they're made by, like, a team of... a small amount of people.
Yeah.
But if I can pirate it, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Sorry.
No, it's fair.
Okay. So the next question is, would you rather get chocolates or flowers? So I'm
we're moving into the would you rather questions now.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay, I love the last question because I think I know your answer to it already.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Would you rather get chocolates or flowers? Okay, you go first.
I've been, before it got super cold, like, I started pressing a lot of flowers I would find in my neighborhood. So that's, like, something that, and I think we have this one flowering plant that my mom doesn't even know where it came from, but it grows, like, so many flowers every time it gets a little warm, so I've been pressing them and stuff. maybe I can show it. I think I have one.
Oh my god, show and tell time, you guys. If you're not watching on YouTube,
it's
come
kind
to
of
YouTube.
flat.
Whoa, pretty.
It's really nice.
What kind of flower is that?
I still have. I don't know. We don't know where this plant came from.
It just exists.
But yeah, because there are some ways, like, because both of those gifts are, like, temporary, I guess, because they get eaten or they die.
Mm-hmm.
Which one am I talking about? That's up to you.
Which depth do you prefer?
Yeah. But I think it's, like, a little bit nicer too. Like, you can customize it more to the person's personality as well.
I was gonna say the exact same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, flowers too, because there's just more room to make it more personal, as you said. Like, okay, if anyone's interested in me by chance, my favorite flower is tiger lilies. Take notes. But I have a favorite flower. I have preferences in the flower categories. So there's room to prove that you know me more in the flower category. So,
yeah.
Flowers. Take notes.
Interesting.
Okay. Would you rather receive a mushy Valentine or a funny Valentine?
Oh no. I mean, as long as the intention is there, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, basically more or less same thing. It just depends. Yeah, who's the person? Like, don't make it mushy if that's just not what comes naturally to you. And don't try to be funny if that's not what comes naturally to you, because there's nothing more awkward than not laughing at a joke that was supposed to be laughed at. But, okay, if I had to choose, honestly, I'd say, like, a mushy Valentine.
Oh, really?
Again, going back to the words of affirmation thing. If you say something nice about me, I will, like, cry on the spot. So, mushy Valentine.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, like, either way, it doesn't matter. I feel like I don't know, because I've never received that kind of thing before, so it's like, I feel like I would kind of just, like, curl up a little bit and ponder.
Regardless of what it is, it's like, who, me?
Like, me? Yeah. As long as the intention is there, it's fine.
Yeah. Exactly. Do what comes naturally to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you rather receive a very special Valentine's Day gift or give a very special Valentine's Day gift?
I don't know. What do you get people on Valentine's Day? I feel like birthdays and Christmas, it's like there's more room to pick stuff. But Valentine's Day is a little bit like it's more of like I mean, they're all gestures, right? The Valentine's Day is a different gesture. And it implies whatever you get might imply something.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know, honestly.
I would rather give a physical gift. I think I've said this one too many times already, but I like giving gifts, right? It's fun to do. Also, in terms of receiving, like, I've noticed, I like receiving experiences more than, like, physical gifts, you know? So, like, some of the gifts I've appreciated most are that, like, so for one of my birthdays, my friends took me to get, like, a manicure. And they just, like, came up to my house and they're like, Sonika, we're going. And I was like, what? And I thought that was super touching because, like, you know, that kind of shows that they put some, I don't know, it's just, like, I prefer experiences. So I would rather give a physical gift. And in terms of receiving, like, take me somewhere, take me to dinner, take me to, like, a park. It doesn't even have to cost money. Just, like, walk around, like, the neighborhood with me. I'll be like, oh, really? So, yeah.
The suburb?
The suburbs?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
Ooh,
Next
okay.
question. So what is your favorite romance/ship trope? Because I think I saw a post about this. And I was like, oh, I wonder what mine is. I don't know. You should.
Do you know yours? Because I have no clue what mine is.
Honestly, I kind of like the, the brooding character and the happy character ship trope.
That's cute, yeah.
That's so cute. I like that a lot.
That is cute. I'm not sure, because let me, like, Google what kinds of tropes there are. I think that one's pretty, like, probably...
That one's pretty common, I think. Like, it's a pretty,
Yeah.
like, standard one.
But that's why it's a trope. It's, like, it
Yeah.
exists, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me Google some, because I have literally no clue.
It's the amount of, like, romance comic content I've been consuming recently has been, like...
Unhealthy.
so bad. I mean,
Okay.
the content is great. Like, congrats for making good content, but the amount that I'm consuming is, like,
It's a
not
little
great.
bad.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't know. I really don't know.
That's fair, I guess. Or, like, if you've been
wait.
reading stuff recently.
No, because I don't know. For mine, almost all of them, just by, like, circumstance, fall under the trope where it's, like, they fall in love when they're younger, and then one of them starts getting, like, super successful, and then they have to, like, sacrifice the relationship in the name of their success.
Oh, dang.
Which is not cute. It's heart-wrenching, so...
Yeah, I can imagine. What the heck?
Oh my goodness. No, I found it. The emo ex-himbo trope.
Oh.
So one of them's emo and the other one's a himbo.
Oh, man, I love that. That's great.
That's perfect.
It's
But
fantastic.
it kind of falls under the happy and, like, broody character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a branch of that. Okay, I guess it's that one then.
It's great. I like that one.
Yeah.
Actually, on that note, are there any that you don't like?
I don't like the enemies to lovers trope, which I know is, like, huge in, like, meme culture and, like, pop culture.
Yeah.
I despise it because a lot of the times it's, like, genuinely so toxic and, like, even if it's not, I don't know, it just, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
It's like, I get
I get the appeal, but...
Yeah. Like, I mean, some
Yeah.
circumstances where it's like, they just have a competitive... That's, like, fine, right? But if it's
Yeah,
to the
that's
point
cute.
where...
It's like y'all are just, like, competing playfully, and then it's like, okay, maybe I like you a little bit, then I'm fine. But if y'all are, like, enemies, and then it's like, pow pow to, like, then, like,
No,
where'd that
it's
come
not-
from? I don't like it.
Yeah. It's just, you have to, like, execute it so well for it to work.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard to find something that, like, just works really well.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, I don't know. I don't like when, just in general, like, shows or movies will be so good and then just have this one circumstance that's like it's just so convenient for the main character, and then it's just, I don't know.
It's like, why'd you have to BS that part? Yeah, no, I get
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And it's like, because the character progresses not because of their own, like, not that the way they're written or the way that they're just a character. It's because of this one incident that wasn't even in their control. And it was just written in for, like, okay, let's incite conflict for no reason.
Let's
Okay.
start something just cause.
Whatever.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
final question. Ooh. What is a weird / niche trait you want to add to your things I look in my SO list?
Okay.
It's got to be really good at one swimming stroke.
Yes. I feel like that'll be harder when I go to college because there's just more people.
Just everyone you're interested. Do you swim by chance?
Yeah,
Are you,
by
like,
any
really,
chance
really,
you-
really good at the butterfly?
I think it was breaststroke specifically.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
So if you're not good at that, sorry.
No candy,
no, I'm just
sorry.
kidding. I think, like, you were saying earlier about having an interest, but I think being interested in, like, we were talking, and I was like half jokingly like, oh, you have to like astrology.
You have to be willing to accept the fact that I've surrendered my life to the stars.
Just nothing is mine anymore, it's just
Yeah.
it's just out there.
whatever the universe has planned.
Yes.
That's fair. Yeah, to be honest, if someone is like, this isn't real, I'd be like, go away. How do you know?
Oh man. What about you?
For me, this is like super, I don't know, it's not weird, but it's like super niche. They have to be of the MBTI type ISFP, which, let me explain real quick. No, let me explain like for a hot minute. So this was like a very new revelation. My brother and I, we were like going through that, like we were just going through a bunch of like MBTI types for like different movies and books and shows that we enjoy, right? And I came to the startling realization that no matter what show, what movie, what book it is, all of my favorite characters ever are ISFPs. Just to like name a few examples. Like this ranges all the way back to my childhood, and not even in like a romantic context, just like every single character I've admired or enjoyed has been an ISFP, to the point that it's scary. Like my consistency terrifies me. So just to give some examples, we've got Captain America, Legolas from like the Game of Thrones series, Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. Like, I don't think you understand. I was obsessed with Winnie the Pooh. I would watch it day and night. Like, I'd sleep to that. I'd get fed to that. I'd get my diapers changed to that shit. Like, I would refuse to do anything but watch Winnie the Pooh. And he was an ISFP too. Every single character I've ever liked, ever, has been an ISFP. It's terrifying.
Wait, didn't you also send me that like PH1 is also an ISFP?
Yeah, oh my god, that's the thing. So I was watching the Get Real podcast, right? And PH1, like, so at the time I wasn't like a fan yet, but Chelsea was. So I was like, okay, let's listen to this episode. And I was like, wait, he's got like the coolest personality ever. Like, I want to be his friend. And then lo and behold, on one of his stories the other day, he was like, yeah, I kind of teeter between INFP and ISFP. And I was like, no freaking way.
Wow.
Yeah, my consistency's terrifying. And again, like, not even in like a romantic context, just like everyone I admire ever is an ISFP. So now that's been added to the requirements.
I mean, considering how like it's been going for you so far, I feel like that might be a possibility. That's like a very viable possibility.
It's very possible. Like, my consistency again is terrifying, so I don't doubt that
it could happen.
It could happen.
Yep.
Okay. There's my niche requirement. Go do what you may with that. Do what you will with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we've got astrology. It has to be really good. Just collectively, the Armbridge conscience. If you are an ISFP, are good at the breaststroke specifically, and will respect our weird obsession with astrology, we've got some good news for you.
Yeah.
Next guest. Oh my god, wait. Next Armbridge guest is going to be someone that fulfills all three of those requirements.
Okay, so it looks like we're getting to that time. I was about to do this. I don't know. No.
Why are you squaring up to our audience?
I'm sorry.
Sis.
Yeah, it's about that time where we get to deep questions with friends, but do you want to introduce the song of the week before we start?
Oh, yes. Okay, so song of the week, because this entire episode has just been like projecting, is Nobody by Mitski. Everyone go give it a listen right now. It's my favorite Valentine's Day song.
So if you are on Anchor or Spotify, the song will play for you right now. But if you're on YouTube, we're going right into Deep Questions with Friends.
All right. Deep Questions with Friends. Let's go. We're very... all over the place today.
Yeah. It's, I think the vibes are just weird because it's Thursday.
Yeah.
Like, technically for me, I have my midterm break, so I kind of feel like it's the end of the week. I mean, it is, but... Really,
I am buzzing with anxiety right now.
I'm just kind of vibing. I mean, actually, I have a lot of work to do, even when I'm on break, so it doesn't matter. It's just a semblance of, like, peace and the year ending that is making me happy. So... Nice. Okay.
Chelsea's in a good mood, y'all.
Am I gonna do work today? Probably not, but you know what?
That's good. That's the spirit. When you're chilling, don't give yourself a reason not to chill.
Exactly.
Mm.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I have a question. Do you have one yet?
I do not.
Okay. I
I'm
guess I'll
going
go
through
ahead.
the same crisis I went through last week where I'm like,
I mean, we could totally just ask deep questions we come up with ourselves.
yeah, let's do that.
Like, we're philosophers, so, I mean...
Yeah, now that Armbridge is an official philosophy that exists.
Armbridge School of Thought, guys. Oh,
There
is
we
that what we
go.
should call our audience?
Wait, what?
The Armbridge School of Thought.
Oh my goodness, that's so pretentious. Oh god, maybe. Are y'all down for that?
We'll put a poll up on Instagram and see if you guys like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh shoot, now I have to come up with a deep question. I don't know why I thought about this. This is not a good idea. Okay.
It's okay, you brought this on yourself, you know what?
I X'd out of the tab because I was like, hell yeah, I can
Oh
come
no,
up with a
no, it's okay,
question.
we can do this ourselves now. There's like no...
Never mind. I think I need the questions.
No problemo. I'm gonna search
I
up
give
another website. I've kind of gotten tired of these questions.
We're finally moving on to the next one.
Perhaps. Or maybe just a different tab on the same website, you know? Because they kind of have some good stuff. I really
There's
hope
one
there's
that's...
like no overlap.
Oh my god, there are two tabs that say questions to ask a guy and questions to ask a girl.
Wait, I'm a little curious. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's see. We are ladies. Or do you want to answer the guy questions? Just
Yeah, let's do it.
let's do it. All right.
Screw gender norms. Gender isn't real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Wait, all of these are pretty gender neutral. This is not like...
Yeah, why? What? Come
okay,
on.
these are decent. Yeah, we could do these.
Okay, do you have a question?
Yeah. You don't
Okay.
have to name drop, but like, who has completely lost your respect?
Completely?
Yeah.
Dang. I don't know about completely, but I think there have been moments in quarantine where like people that I used to respect, I'm like learning new things by either not being around them all the time or being around them all the time, to where it's like, okay, like maybe my perception has changed, I guess.
Right.
And also like, yeah, seeing people as as like just separate people from your life is like it's just a super weird thing to go through. So I don't think there's anyone
Right.
specific. I think it's just like the way my attitudes about how I think about people have changed, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. I do have an answer for this one. Again, I'm not going to name drop, but there is one person who, at a certain point in my life, would constantly, like, spread rumors about me and, like, just start stuff for no reason, right? And I'm very grateful that around that time is when I kind of learned to really establish my boundaries, but also, like, not get involved with people who have nothing better to do than like just spread hate about other people, right? So I'm very grateful that at least I knew to back off and kind of just mind my business at that point. But I was still a very, very forgiving person whenever this was going on, right? So a couple years later, whenever said person tried to kind of get back into my circle, like become friends with me again, I gave them like a 20th chance, which in hindsight, it's like, why did I do that, right? And so I was like, okay, sure, yeah, like you can, maybe you've changed now, who am I to assume, right? And I shouldn't give any chances. Like that, I think that was my biggest takeaway from that whole situation with that person. It's just like, once you've given like 3 chances, that says plenty about a person. And if they do actually change, then like good for them, but I'm not gonna be the one to see it, you know? So, yeah, basically whenever I let that person back into my circle, they very quickly proved that They haven't, in fact, changed, and so I kind of cut them off again. And then one more time, a couple years later, and this was like a few months ago now, they tried to come back into my circle, and at that point I just like, no, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So that person's completely lost my respect because I gave them like quite literally like at least 50 chances, and every time I was proven correct, so or proven wrong. So basically, respect other people, don't spread hate. And if you have disrespected someone, please learn your lesson. Like,
it's not worth it to go through that much trouble to like.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
I admit too, like there are definitely times where we've talked about like not we, but I mean people that I've known and like friends and stuff. We've talked about people behind their back, which isn't always good.
mm-hmm.
Like I kind of started becoming more averse to that.
Oh no, I'm very averse to that now. Yeah, like
you know, if someone did something bad and I'm just telling people about it, sure, but it's like defaming their character and things like that. Okay, I don't
exactly, like especially with quarantine.
Yeah.
I think a lot we've been discussing a lot of like, oh, this person's been going out without a mask like everywhere. Hello. And that's about it. Like there's solid evidence for that. So,
yeah, I mean, and that's separate from their like character.
Yeah, like I wouldn't go around saying, oh, this person's like so annoying, or like this thing about said person bothers me. Like that's not my place to say anything, you know?
I mean, it's just like the thing that you did. Like, I mean, obviously because right now you should be criticizing people and your friends, holding them accountable for not wearing a mask, or you know, because that's really important. You should be doing that.
Yeah, we're in a pandemic.
But it's not like a personal attack. It's just, I mean, as in like to their character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, be nice to others. It's not worth it to say bad things about it because it makes both you look bad. Well, no, yeah, it hardly does anything to the other person most of the time. It just makes you look bad. So. And I've actually, now that we're on this topic, I've heard like a lot of middle schoolers, especially go through this problem where like people are talking about them and they're like, what do I do? Everyone's talking about me. Just do your own thing. Like that's kind of what I learned from that whole scenario. Just like, you know who you are. You don't have to prove that to others. They'll see it through your own actions. And I think I'm super grateful that I realized that during that time, because yeah, like I didn't have to tell anyone, oh, this isn't true, oh, I'm not like that, oh my god, she said that about, because I just like stayed quiet and like worked on my own stuff, and people were like, okay, she doesn't care, so yeah,
it's not worth all the like just
it's not worth your energy,
because you'll meet other people and like literally like when you go to college, there are people you're never going to see again. Like there's no amount of like reasoning for you to think like, oh yeah, maybe like even if you come upon this person later on, they probably don't remember certain things, or you don't remember certain things.
Or they just don't care.
Yeah, and it's not like they hate you that they don't care. It's just like it's all going to be over eventually.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Everything's temporary.
Yes. Okay. Just one more question, and then we'll close up today. Okay. This one says, what do people idealize but really shouldn't? I think we have like an answer we talked about the other day, but maybe more so like standards, or I don't know. Not
Wait,
like
what's
revealing.
your answer? Because I can't think of anything.
See, idealize? I think like quantitative success.
Ooh, yeah, that's a big one.
Because I don't agree. Okay, like I agree to the extent of like hustle culture. Like I do understand like why it's important, and how it works. Like I think there are ways that you can think about it that do work. Like, you know, obviously working hard, and you know, working for something bigger than what you already have, and like people achieving things through their work alone. Like I definitely think that's like a good thing to like stand by, but in the sense that like working all the time won't necessarily
to the point that it affects your health.
Yeah, like at that point, and also there's like circumstances too, like people who are in more difficult circumstances, um, just because they work hard, the environment that you're in isn't always like equitable. You know what I mean? Like it's not always, and some people just aren't exposed to certain things where they live that can allow them to like move up in terms of like social mobility and stuff. So saying that yes, hard work is like maybe like 80% of it, or I don't know, 70, I don't know. It's like circumstantial. It's not like you can just go up to someone and say like, yeah, hard work will get you anywhere. Yeah, in theory, sure, but not for everyone, I guess. Like it's not that simple.
Yeah, and there's like a lot more to a person than just like, as you said, their quantitative success.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I think I agree with what you said, like, to an extent, it does matter, because, like, yeah, like, the whole idea of, like, hustle culture and stuff like that, like, it shows that you have something you want to work for. So I think, in that sense, like, working hard and, like, hustling and stuff like that, it's okay if it's, like, quote-unquote idealized in a way that, because it gives way to your other values. Like, if you work really hard for something you care about, it shows that, you know, you care about something, that you're goal-oriented, that, you know, you're willing to, like, work for stuff that matters to you. But it's not everything. And I immediately get put off by people who, like, it's, like, one of the first things they mention. Like, okay, so, for example, the other day, I was talking to this one, like, guy, on like Zoom or something for like it was like a group meeting, but we were discussing like what you'd look for in someone you're trying to hire, and it was kind of, so we were weighing like a bunch of candidates, and it's like, okay, would you hire this person, would you hire this person, and I noticed like the first thing he points out is GPA, and he's like, so even though this person doesn't have a good GPA, and the GPA was like a 3.2, which like in college standards is not even bad. Like that's okay. Like, yeah, but he was like, even though this person's GPA is just 3.2, and immediately I was just like, okay, we're done. Like, you and I are never gonna be friends. In my case for the question, I was gonna say like arrogance or like being snarky. I don't know, I feel like especially in like men, a lot of girls are like, oh, you know, he's so like stubborn and like arrogant, or like, you know, like stuff like that. I can't stand it. I literally cannot stand it. It's just, I don't even know. I don't even have an explanation to it. Like, I hate arrogant people so much, and that's that. So yeah, I feel like society idealizes arrogance a lot more than it should. Like, there's a difference between being confident and like firm in your values and just being outright arrogant, and I think once you cross that line, it's just gross. Yeah.
No, it's not like, I don't know, because it's not really like dominating or like interesting. It's just like you have to get to the root of it. Like, it's not great. It's not,
isn't. Exactly.
Like, and even with, I think, I was like thinking about this too, with like adaptations of like teen media, you know, like there's such like hyper realized like versions of like gender or school dynamics, or like relationships that are toxic and like are being glamorized and stuff, and it's like, why? Like, you can tell it wasn't made by people.
Yeah.
Like, have y'all ever been teenagers? Like, ever? Did you just skip? Did you just skip from like 10, like 12 to like 30? Like, yeah, did you just skip?
For real. Yeah,
anyways,
I get it.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, I watched like half of the first season of Riverdale, and then it got weird and I quit. I was like, I can't do this.
I watched the first 2 episodes and I was like, what is happening?
Because
y'all did not do Archie comics like this.
The murder mystery was like compelling to an extent. I was like, okay, cool, but then why are we exploring weird things outside of the murder mystery? I don't care.
Ew. No, same here. I used to read the Archie comics religiously when I was little, and so I was super excited for Riverdale, and then I watched the first 2 episodes and I was like, what did you do?
Also, like, they could have easily made it a college setting. And then half of the weird things about the show would be like kind of less weird.
A little
Like
more excusable.
you could easily change a few things and it would be like a palatable show.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
No words.
There was just so much potential, like, in the first season. Like, I thought the mystery was actually kind of interesting. I was, like, really...
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why are we doing other things? I don't care.
For real.
Okay, well, I guess that's where we're gonna wrap up today.
That spiraled.
Yeah, I could go on about adaptations of teen media, but,
Oh my god, forever and ever. Yeah.
like, okay, so, what episode is this? 36? Thank you for watching today's episode. Hopefully you enjoyed us talking about love, I guess, and Valentine's Day, I guess. Also, if any of you guys fit the criteria, that would just be, like, so interesting if you did.
That would be fantastic. I know. Whoever fits that criteria is the next guest.
But if not, then, whatever. So,
Yes.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow our socials on Instagram at Armbridge Podcast, on Twitter at Armbridge Pod, and check out the website for some Spotify stuff and other streaming platforms and whatever, armbridgepodcast.car.co, and I will be seeing you next week with a solo episode. Okay, bye!